If you were alive in the UK during the mid to late 2000s to the early to mid 2010s, then you probably know who the PG Tips monkey is, from his many appearances on his adverts, getting one free with one of the special boxes, or maybe even like the fan-made videos of just people playing around there from monkey plush, and yeah, videos like that were pretty popular during like 2000s, early 2010s. But even though back then he was very popular in the UK, there was still some pretty obscure things about him that not many people might know, like how he was made by the Gym Engine Company. He's actually owned by Comic Relief, and Monkey and Al used to advertise for a company called ITV Digital before they did PG Tips. But anyways, let's actually get into the video. So I'm going to be explaining the whole history of the PG Tips monkey and Al.
Now that Al is a cracking cup of PG.
Too right. Fancy another?
Music, maestro.
So back in 1957 or 6, pretty much a couple years after World War II, PG Tips started an ad campaign with actual chimps, and they was pretty much meant to like act like humans. They got them to wear human clothes. But because of that kind of just leaves the question to like how they were trained to do that, and obviously they've been fucking trained to act like humans, so it probably weren't the best behind the scenes. There probably would have been some mega abuse going on, and recently it was pretty recent in like 2016, like one of the Tips family like chimps did that like cause like it didn't know how to read properly, and pretty much it was used to being that, it was used to like kinda acting like a human so much it didn't even know how to act like the animal that it actually was, which is a fucking chimp. The chimp died at the age of 48, but the thing is that seems like it wouldn't have had a long life. But like if you're adult not training, then you know. And also in chimpanzee years, that amount of time could be fucking like a 100 years or something. Anyways, besides that, these ads were actually pretty fun to watch and pretty entertaining. But because of all the animal abuse in 2002, they got investigated by police, and Peter, and pretty much when 2002 happened, they could not use any chimps in like any live chimps in adverts again. And I mean, you know, the adverts were good, obviously, but like just the animal abuse thing around about it just makes me think, I don't know, a little bit different about these ads. Not exactly disturbing, but you have to be aware that this shit happened. And even though these adverts are good, they're nowhere near as good as the PG Tips monkey ads. But anyways, on the topic of monkey, we're actually going to be talking about him now. In 2001, pretty much the first paid television service changed its name from On Digital to ITV Digital.
Once upon a time, there was a big thing called On Digital. One day, it changed its name to ITV Digital. The end. A good night!
So what ITV Digital actually was. It was a box that you plug into your telly, and it gave you some channels, like some Sky channels. It gave you some IVT channels, well, obviously, because it has the ITV Digital in the name. So it gave you all the IVT channels, like IVT1, IVT2, IVT3, yeah, all of them. And it even gave you some things like E4. And there was more channels, but like I just wanted to go through just a quick few. But yeah, there is well more channels that came with IVT Digital. But anyways, talking about the ads themselves now, the first IVT Digital advert gave the very first appearance of a puppet named Monkey, and the man named Al, who was played by Johnny Vegas.
The sausage starts life in the factory as one big...
Monkey, we need more telly.
No, silly man, we need better telly.
Monkey, we need better telly.
Creating the unique flavour we all know.
Should we get satellite?
We should get on digital.
Yeah, you're right, we should get on digital.
Except there isn't an on digital. It's now called ITV Digital.
Look at me. Look at me, Monkey. That's not on. Don't you find crisp does taste better than crisps?
Simpleton.
And in the IVT Digital advert and the PG Tips advert, Monkey and Al, they've always pretty much looked the same. I mean, if you know who Johnny Vegas is, then you probably know you probably know, like, if you look at Al, then you're gonna know it's Johnny Vegas, because there's no facial difference or anything. It's just he's just putting on some different clothes. Monkey's design hasn't really changed that much. The only thing that's different about him is sometimes he wears different clothes. I mean, he does that a lot. And sometimes you could see like some orange kind of stitching near his ears, and sometimes you can't see that. So that leaves me to believe that there could be that they have used like different monkey puppets, like different types of one. I mean, it's not really too noticeable, but yeah. And I think in the IVT Digital adverts, Monkey's character kind of changed a little bit from how he was in PG Tips. I mean, IVT Digital Monkey was sometimes a bit aggressive. I mean, he sits there, goes to fucking Alan, calls him brown and fat man all the time in the IVT Digital adverts. The IVT Digital adverts, it kind of got rid of the idea of a human and a puppet, because most of the times you would think that the puppet is meant to be the stupid one, and the human is meant to be the smart one. But in this Monkey and Al universe, it's, if anything, it's the complete opposite. And Al is just like in the PG Tips adverts, bro is just next level stupid.
Who are you? What have you done with Monkey? Ow! It's me! You stole a monkey's voice, imposter!
With Al in the adverts, the main like part about him is just like his stupidity, and what he's most famous for in his adverts is his stupidity, and he's just stupid. And also just his Lancashire accent, especially in how he says the word monkey. Like, he doesn't say monkey, he says monkey! And the Wikipedia page of Monkey, with Monkey, it's spelled to try and implement Johnny Vegas's accent. And on the topic of just Johnny Vegas being stupid, because Johnny Vegas is so stupid, that in the ads that makes for a lot of really stupid and funny bits in the adverts. I'll just show you some bits with some stupid moments now.
Right, you do the ad stuff, I'll get the lights. No pressure. It's amazing what you can do when you put your mind to it.
Yeah, so they were just a few like little moments that I thought were stupid as fuck. There is well more like bits in these ITV Digital adverts that I thought were funny, but I just wanted to show you a few for an example of how dumb these adverts actually were. And these ITV Digital adverts were really stupid, really dumb, and sometimes really random. I mean, in one of the fucking adverts, fucking Ryan Giggs randomly made like a weird little appearance out of nowhere. These adverts don't make any sense. But anyways, these ads actually popped off, and it did make them like get a little bit more sales, but not enough, and something happened to them, which I'll explain in a minute. So pretty much what happened is when you got an ITV Digital box, it came free with a monkey plush. It was a massive monkey plush, and it had a top on saying Sidekick, which is the same top Monkey is wearing in the first ITV Digital advert. I actually have one of my own. I never got ITV Digital. The only reason I got it is I got it on eBay. Surprisingly, for overpriced things that are rare, it weren't that expensive, maybe 30 quid, but I'm gonna be honest, I would say that was a good deal, like considering all the really expensive ones on eBay. But with the ITV Digital monkey plushes, they came with a box, and on the back of it, it was a funny little joke tutorial thing that said how to sit with them on the couch. And pretty much the point of it was that it's meant to be an imitation of Al, so you was meant to be Monkey's version of Al. And the ITV Digital adverts became so popular that in one of the episodes of The Office, the UK version, there was a cameo of the ITV Digital Sidekick Monkey, just a Sidekick Monkey plush, and Monkey had a little cameo, and some guy pretty much went, "Monkey!" trying to, well, like, implement Johnny Vegas's accent, how he says it in the adverts. And the only logical time that this episode could have been made is 2001, because ITV Digital started in 2001 or early to mid 2002, and this was series 2, episode 1 in The Office.
Monkey!
But even now, because of these ITV Digital adverts, these adverts made Monkey very loved across the UK. But even because of Monkey and Al in the adverts and them changing their name to the ITV Digital, it did help them just get a few more sales, a little bit more, but overall it didn't do too much to the company, which eventually led to something. In 2002, May the 1st, on a Wednesday morning at 6 AM, ITV Digital closed down forever. I mean, it wasn't actually that surprising. I mean, even ITV Digital themselves was kind of aware of how shit their company was sometimes. And with the Monkey and All adverts when he was advertising for ITV Digital, they had 13 adverts, some radio adverts as well, in the span of only 1 year, a couple of months, which just proves how desperate ITV Digital were just to get just some more sales. And what happened when it closed down, there was a lot of problems. I mean, loads of people who worked for ITV Digital they lost their jobs because it closed down, so they can't work at ITV Digital anymore because it's closed down. It don't really exist. And also, it caused a lot of problems in football-wise, because ITV Digital was like a main place where like sports and football were just on, and because it closed down, there weren't any sports or football on just on ITV Digital because it's closed down, which made like a lot of people like just kind of upset, because if they had ITV Digital, then they couldn't really watch. They just couldn't really watch any more sports or football, or they couldn't even really watch anything. They couldn't watch anything with the ITV Digital box anymore. No shows, no nothing. And it's just really funny how ITV Digital were kinda taking the piss, well, out of satellites. And then when ITV Digital closed down, people needed the satellites again. They were required again. So the thing that they were shaming, they had to come back because of ITV Digital closing. And even more worse things is, well, for ITV Digital, stuff like Freeview came a thing, and that it just fucked up ITV Digital. So no more ITV Digital, no more Monkey. Monkey was created and owned by an advertising agency called Mother, and ITV Digital and Mother were pretty much both fighting over who owns the rights to Monkey, which eventually led to a 4-year hiatus, meaning none of them could use Monkey for about 4 years. But Mother actually found a way like through this, and there was a way that Monkey could be on advertising again. And what Mother did is they donated the rights to Monkey to Comic Relief, a British charity. They host their they host like things like Red Nose Day and all that stuff. And because they got the rights to Monkey, they actually started doing a lot of stuff with them, which I'll explain now. And honestly, this is probably the most weirdest era of Monkey. So Comic Relief didn't want Monkey to become like another charity mascot thing, like how like Pugsy Bear, the mascot of Children in Need. So he was kind of treated as like he was like a famous celebrity or something like that. So on Red Nose Day 2003, Monkey would appear alongside 2 other celebrities. So Monkey and the 2 other celebrities were pretty much telling people to ring a number to donate some money to Comic Relief for Red Nose Day. But that wasn't the only appearance of Monkey with Comic Relief. So in 2003, which is the same time that the Red Nose Day videos of Monkey telling people to ring a number, there was a Walker's advert, and you might be asking, why the fuck was Monkey advertising for Walkers? Well, he was in the advert near the end, Because Comic Relief and Walkers were pretty much doing like a collab thing, and what the advert was, it was a guy pretty much, well, a guy called Gary Lineker, and he was pretty much going up to people, and when he went up to them, they started to fart, which made Gary Lineker pretty much just leg it because it's farts and they'll smell of shit. But it wasn't actually them shitting themselves. What it was is it was actually whoopee cushions. So with the baked bean flavour of Walker's Crisp, it came with a whoopee cushion. But anyways, talking about the monkey bit, right at the end, Monkey does a massive fart, which makes Gary Lineker literally fly away. Bro got fucking flung. And then Monkey would start laughing, some crisp would roll in his mouth, and a Comic Relief logo appeared alongside with him.
Every time you buy a packet of new baked bean flavoured Walker's Crisps, you'll be making a contribution to Comic Relief. Buy the special multi-pack and get a limited edition whoopee cushion.
The year was 2006, and finally Comic Relief could pretty much give Monkey pretty much away to any company they want now. So what Comic Relief did is Comic Relief let PG Tips use Monkey and Al, and that eventually led to a masterpiece of an advert called The Return.
Stand and deliver!
Hello, Al.
So, you back?
Yeah, I was in the area, and any chance of a cuppa?
You best come in. I never got a chance to thank you.
What for?
Legging it when I needed a pal.
I'm sorry, Al, but when that TV thing went belly up, I was ashamed, Al. I just wanted to run away.
Me too, me monkey chum. But I didn't. I stayed and faced the music. So, where have you been?
This advert starts off as dark and mysterious, and the music that is being played in the advert, there's this one certain bit in it, and it always gives me shivers down my spine. Every time I listen to it don't matter how many times I listen to it, there's just this one bit, and every time, shivers, I just get shivers.
Face the music. So, where have you been?
But that dark and mysterious feel wouldn't last for much longer, and the usual Monkey and Al comedy starts.
Okay. Right, you, in.
And then after all that, Monkey and Al agree to get back into the advertising game, and advertising again, but for PG Tips.
1 cup of PG, just how you like it.
3 stairs clockwise,
2 stirs back,
1 3/4 sugars.
show it the milk. How long you back for?
I'd like to stay a while. If you'll have me.
Brilliant.
I thought we could make a fresh start.
Get back into the advertising game.
The old team!
The team!
What on earth?
Oh, you'll have to get used to that. I've let the big room out to that Cavill Decker from Tapau.
Does she play the tune often?
24/7. I quite like it, actually.
Yeah, Al. Me too.
With these PG Tips adverts, we had these adverts were on the telly for a lot longer than the ITV Digital adverts. ITV Digital adverts were only on the telly for a year. With PG Tips with Monkey and Al, they were on the telly for almost about a decade, and there's just so many adverts, and the adverts don't even feel like adverts anymore. They feel like episodes to a show. And then the return feels like a massive movie. And I just love the really warm feel to these adverts. They have like the really fuzzy like looking shit going on. And they're just really nostalgic. And with like the warm tone, when I'm saying that, I especially like when I think of the warm tone of PG Tips adverts, I instantly think of a 2011 advert called Coming Home, which is probably one of my favourite just PG Tips adverts ever.
Ta-da!
Yeah, so Coming Home was one of my favourite PG Tips adverts. I like every single PG Tips advert. There's not a single like Monkey and Al one that I don't like. Like I like them all, but here's some of my favourites. So I really like the T-Sack guy advert. I really like the Eagle advert. I like the one where Monkey and Al go to Al's nan's house. Well, a Monkey and Al's nan's house. Oh no, not nan's, mum's. It's the mum's. And also I really like the advert that I'm playing in the background right now. It's the Taste one is this is probably me favourite just Monkey and Al advert ever. It could be my favourite, but the return and Coming Home exists. So out of them three, it's one of them for my favourite like Monkey and Al ad. But obviously I love every single Monkey and Al advert ever, but they're just some of my favourites, so yeah. This generally, it still felt like the ITV Digital adverts in the humour wise and everything, and it was actually, on par for what they became most famous for, and that is advertising for PG Tips. And PG Tips actually made monkey plushes of their own. There was loads of mini monkey plushies in loads of different types of tops and gowns and stuff like that, and a lot of nans and granddads, especially in the UK, pretty much only in the UK, just have like just some monkey plushes just laying around, probably on the fireplace or something like that. And also PG Tips made big monkeys of their own, as well as ITV Digital, but the big monkeys were different to the ITV Digital like big monkey, because there was loads of big monkeys with PG Tips and they had all different types of tops on. Back in like the late 2000s, early 2010s, there was actually on the PG Tips website there was a bit and it just said monkey shop, and you could get loads of monkey merch on that. And there was more than just some plushies. So during the year 2006 to 2013, Monkey and Al were always just in outfits together, and then during 2014 to 2017 it was just Monkey and there was no Al in any of the outfits from that time, which these adverts are okay and all, they're mid, but they're just nowhere near as good as the adverts with Al in them. And the reason why Johnny Vegas just weren't doing any of the adverts anymore is because PG Tips started to give Johnny Vegas really weird demands and stuff like that, and it kind of pushed Johnny Vegas away from being on the PG Tips adverts because he didn't really want to do all that shit.
A PR company took over from the ad company. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this.
Oh, there's a documentary in this, I reckon.
Welcome to ADHD FM. This PR company went, right, we've had a brilliant idea. We're going to build a giant cardboard teapot and you're going to drive around the country giving away tea bags. I know it. I ain't.
And for Monkey, it kind of felt like the mid to late 2000s. Well, not 2000s, 2010s. It kind of felt like just this one weird, just experiment for Monkey. I mean, Al wasn't in the adverts anymore. He climbed up a shard in the middle of London. He did the ice bucket challenge that was trending in the 2010s. But he isn't voiced by Ben Miller, he's just voiced by some random person that we don't know, and he just sounds really off, no offence, but he just does. Monkey's appearances were becoming less and less, and then in 2017 there was no more adverts of Monkey, but he was still on the packaging and all that. And then on May 2024, Monkey was officially retired from PG Tips. But we do have confirmation that Comic Relief still own Monkey, because in 2020, like this year's Red Nose Day, Monkey had a little cameo that was about 2 seconds long. So maybe that brief appearance is kinda hinting towards something. So I hope he comes back in like another advertiser. He comes back in another company, or I just want him to come back, and I'm still waiting for the day where he comes back in advertising. I really hope he comes back one day. Really hope. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this whole video to the end. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to, but you don't have to. Please like the video, and please just drop a comment talking about something. Just please make it related to Monkey and Al. Don't do any stupid shit. But anyways, hope you enjoyed that video, and thanks for watching, and in a bit.